This week we enter into the hiatus period of the Power Rangers season. For those unaware, the hiatus period is a section of the Power Rangers season that started about 10 years ago, where the show takes a break and does not air new episodes for about a month or so. Because of this, I've decided to move forward with my review of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 1. The way I want this to play out is simply by reviewing the first episode by itself, review a set of filler episodes prior to an episode or set of episodes where something significant happens, then review said significant event, and repeat the process until reviewing the final episode by itself. Reviewing the filler section is not going to be the same as my regular reviews because I will only be discussing various character development bits that I deem necessary, or talking about some episodes that I like or dislike. As for right now, though, let's start with Episode 1, Day of the Dumpster. The episode opens with two astronauts landing on the moon who find a space dumpster and decided it would be a good idea to open it. Once the dumpster is opened, an evil empress known as Rita Repulsa awakens after 10,000 years and escapes from the dumpster along with her minions. After destroying the dumpster, Rita decides to celebrate her freedom by destroying the nearest planet, Earth. Cut to a youth center in the city of Angel Grove where we meet our 5 main teens. Jason Lee Scott, who teaches a karate class at the youth center, his best friend Zach Taylor, a gymnast named Kimberly Hart, her best friend and martial artist Trini Kwan, and Billy Cranston, a stereotypical nerd who is taking Jason's karate class. After each teen is introduced, the comic relief duo of Bulk and Skull, who are bullies, enter and start harassing the others. Back on the moon, Rita instructs her scientist Finster to start making putty patrollers for her attack on Earth. After a scene where Jason teaches his karate class, the teens all hang out at Ernie's juice bar before Rita causes an earthquake. During the earthquake, a great sage known as Zordon instructs his robotic assistant Alpha 5 to teleport 5 teenagers with attitude to the command center. At the youth center, the teens are confused about what to do before they are teleported to the command center. Zordon appears and introduces himself, saying that the teens have been recruited to fight evil. He gives them their power morphers that will transform them into Power Rangers and assigns the team their powers. Jason is appointed the role of leader as the Red Ranger, while also granted the Tyrannosaurus Zord. Zack is the Black Ranger and granted the Mastodon Zord. Kimberly is the Pink Ranger who pilots the Pterodactyl Zord. Billy is the Blue Ranger who drives the Triceratops Zord. And Trini is the Yellow Ranger, holding the power of the Saber-Tooth Tiger. The teens find this all a bit much to take in and decide to leave. While walking through the mountains, Jason says that they should take Zordon up on his offer before they are attacked by a squad of putties. The teens try to fight off the putties, but are ultimately cornered. With no other option, Jason and the others try their new powers and morph. Once they are morphed, Zordon instructs Alpha to teleport them to the city where Goldar is attacking. I guess they forgot about the putties in the mountains. Or, and this is my theory, the morphing sequence was so badass the first time it just ultimately destroyed them all. When the Rangers arrive, they fight off some putties before Rita uses her magic wand to make Goldar grow. The Rangers strike a few poses and call on their Zords to fight Goldar. The Zords merge together to form the Megazord in tank mode and get a few blasts before Jason instructs the others to form the Megazord in battle mode. Goldar puts up a pretty good fight against the Megazord, but once the team calls on the Power Sword, he leaves, saying that this isn't over. The Rangers go back to the command center to celebrate their victory when Zordon says that they must follow 3 basic rules or lose the protection of the power. Never use their powers for personal gain, never escalate a battle unless the enemy forces them to, and keep their identities as Power Rangers a secret. And the episode ends with the team accepting their new role as Power Rangers and joining hands together. As I said in my review of Mega Mission, both this episode and Mega Mission follow the same basic episode structure. In fact, they are almost the same episode, except the cast is pretty much different. Still, I think the pacing is done better in this episode than it is in Mega Mission. While I do enjoy that episode for its nostalgic feel, it was a bit too quickly paced and not all the Rangers get sufficiently characterized. Day of the Dumpster takes its time and introduces the characters with a lot of scenes before the action starts. For example, watching Jason teach his karate class shows his capacity as a leader, and after seeing him wait at the command center, it makes perfect sense that he would be the one to convince the others to become Power Rangers. As I've said before, I like the Power Morphers. They're small, sleek, and easy to operate. The suits are also pretty cool. I recently watched the MMPR movie and was surprised at how the differences in the design of those suits bothered me. Don't get me wrong, I like how those suits look, but they are not identical to the original suits. Also, the helmets provide an element of uniqueness for each Ranger, and they all look drastically different. Overall, this episode is effective at bringing all the elements of the show together, and it does it seamlessly. I'll see you guys next week with a look at the first set of filler episodes for the season. Go, go!